Sekela, it's been an honor and a privilege. You've been amazing. I've just watched you going up the ladder, doing all these amazing things, achieving so much as a young mother, as a professional, as a friend. And yeah, congratulations. And I'm so excited for you to share your story with us this afternoon. Over to you, Sekela.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. Just a disclaimer, in the spirit of motherhood, I ended up at a soccer match for my son, and they're running late, so I'm literally stuck in the van now until they finish playing. But that's a story for another day, which goes so well with the topic that we're going to be talking about today. Thank you so much, Sheila, for inviting me onto this platform. I really, really am passionate about working with women from all walks of life. And before I even go into today's topic, I just want to share a story of where I come from. So I'm Sekela. I come from a place called the Transkei. Those of you that do history would know that Transkei was a place in South Africa. It's now called the Eastern Cape, but it was sort of cast away from the entire country, and it was made its low country. And there was no access to proper education. It was Bantu education, and all the resources that were there were basically so minimal. So there was an ecosystem that was going on in the Eastern Cape, but the biggest part of it was that it was very ridden with apartheid. And fortunately for me, my dad was an activist during apartheid times. And my earliest memories of seeing police was when the police had come to my house and they raided the house. And I remember my mother fetching us, my sister and my three brothers, and she shoved us in a kist. I don't know if the girls here know what a kist is, but a kist is like a storage that is usually in your parents' room, where they put blankets and other things in there. So my mom took us and she used to shove us in the kist, and she used to close the kist. And we would curl up inside, and the police would hit my mom. They would drag her up and down. They would open the cupboards at home and literally just look for my dad or look for weapons or whatever they were accusing my mom of. And at that young age of 5 until about 8, I used to watch my mom through a hole that my brother would open up slightly in the kiss so we could breathe. And I could see her stand firm and sort of hold her ground in that moment. And something clicked in me that, number one, in life, I will never be boxed. I will never take it when someone boxes me and tries to shrink me. And the strength that my mom had, even though she was in front of big white men at that time who were intimidating her, she knew who she was, and she held firm to protect us and to ensure that whatever happened, they would never find us as her kids. So as I continued to grow and to push myself in life, I realized that the Eastern Cape alone was a box. And the rebel in me said, I'm going to choose. And what I'm going to choose is something different for myself. And at that time, like the girls, I thought, I want to be a doctor. I want to be this. I had big dreams. And in my matric year, my dad passed away. And with that, all the dreams sort of fell away. In the same year, my mom became paralyzed. So I became a young parent to my younger siblings at the time because all of my brothers and sisters had gone to university. So I then decided that I'm still going to pursue my career in skincare because really, really, I wanted to become a dermatologist. So off I went to Cape Town. And again, I left a home where being a beauty therapist was never heard of. No one supported me. Everyone just looked down on that, saying, "How could you? Like you are throwing away your life. You're throwing away your future." And in my head, again, I said, "I will not be defined by society. I will do what I believe for myself needs to be done. So, needless to say, I went to Cape Town into one of the most reputable beauty schools, and guess what I found? A space that only had white girls in it. I was the only black girl in my class at that time. And as I walked in there, the anxiety of seeing white girls, the realization that this space is not created for me. How do I exist in a space that was never created for me? Do I go back home and be boxed, or do I show them who I am and what I am made of? So very quickly I needed to make a decision about my future. Do I grab what I want, or do I let where I come from define who I'm going to be? So I stayed in beauty school. And in that year, there was another girl from East London who came through, and it was two of us, black girls, out of about 150 white girls, and we needed to survive through that. So, the story that changed my life during that moment was when we went into makeup class, all the makeup was designed for lighter skin. At the time when we studied beauty, there was no makeup designed for Black women. I didn't even understand what beauty looked like. I didn't understand what makeup was because I was never exposed to it. And I remember in that class, no one wanted to work on me because no one understood my skin. And those that did end up working on me, I used to come out gray, and everyone would laugh at me because I was so gray. Because the foundations would never match me, and anything that was put on my face would just melt because I am a dark girl. So the lecturer came as he was assessing the makeup that was put on me, and he literally laughed in my face. He couldn't contain it because I looked like a clown. And that moment broke me, and I broke into an anger, and I asked him, why are there no products that can suit me? And he said to me, you've seen the skincare manual. This has no black skins in it. So there's no space for you even in the manuals. So it was that day that I said to myself, number one, I'm going to have a beauty academy for Black women. And I'm going to write the content and the material that includes Black women in the beauty space. Because at that time, I realized that the biggest negotiation that I needed to do was with my mindset. It was not for the lecturer to accept who I was, it was not for the other beauty therapists that were in training to accept who I was, but I had to negotiate with my own mindset that I have a dream that I want to build towards, and it will be in the beauty space, and I will create for Black women so that they can see me. And as I completed my training, I aced everything. I was A in everything because I made sure that they see who I am through my actions. I'm not going to spend time trying to force myself in spaces that are toxic for me, but I would stay focused and look to what I have within me to achieve the dream that I had. So when I went into the Arabella, it was also a very intimidating space because before Sheila, there was no Black spa manager. It was not allowed. And that disturbed me for a while until I saw Sheila walk down through the corridor at the Arabella, and I said, thank you for the affirmation, because it said, because she is, I can. And for the very first time in my life, I had no limitations to what I could be. So, what I want to put forward to you today, girls, is that the negotiation starts within yourself, in your mind. When you're in a school environment, understand that school is a small part of your life. There are different types of intelligence. So there's a girl who is intelligent in maths and science, and it comes easy to them. There's a girl who understands history and geography, but there's a girl that understands sports, and that's movement intelligence. So you start understanding who you are so that you are able to unlock your gifts, your talents. your capacities to imagine a world that maybe doesn't exist right now because you haven't seen it, but you need to visualize it because it exists anyway. And this is what you carry in you as you negotiate and navigate the spaces of where you want to land up. What I learned through my own story is that because I understood my dream and my goal of having my own academy, I negotiated my way through that, but I also negotiated for other people without me even realizing it. So, as you go into a space of understanding yourself, you need to know that courage is what took me from where I am, from where I was to where I am, and to where I'm heading towards. It's inspirational to hear many of you wanting to become doctors. It's inspirational that I think Aku wants to create wealth for women, something that is sustainable. Just remember, many people are born in situations where they think, I will never get out of this. Maybe you are born without your parents. Maybe you come from a very traumatic background that makes you break down because of how bad it has been. But remember, the power is within you. Once you conquer how you think about things, how you speak to yourself, the negotiation between doubting yourself and accepting yourself is the most difficult thing to do, but once you master it, you will be unstoppable. So it's very important that along your journey, when you start negotiating, I am Sekela Mtokelwa. I believe in educating women, in building sustainable careers, and I believe in educating women in ways that they understand who they are, where they let go of the fictional self, the self that makes us think we need to put makeup on, we need to put weaves on to be acceptable. When I shift that mentality and I put myself in a space where I say, I want to conquer this, and I believe I can, then you end up winning in life. Nothing is holding you back other than your mindset. So I work a lot with a framework. It's called the Ikigai. It's Ikigai. And the Ikigai is a framework that defines your purpose. Because you might be thinking, how do I then negotiate with myself when I'm not even clear about my real dream? So the Ikigai is a framework that helps you understand who you are as a person. And very quickly, you have to ask yourself 4 questions. One, what do I love? The second one is, what am I good at? The third one, and very important one, is, what does the world need? Right here, right now. What does the world need? And the one that you will love the most is, what can I be paid for? So many of you, as you're choosing your careers, I can already hear that you love the sciences. You want to create an impact in the world. You want to change. I heard someone say, I want to change South Africa. So you've got to define what that is into what does the world need, because out of what you love and what you're good at, you put that together and into a package of an answer for the world. So AMAZI group for us is an answer to reduce unemployment for women who have been otherwise cast away by the economy. And it's something that I love, but I can get paid for it as well. So my contribution is always elevated because I'm doing what I love and what I believe I'm really, really good at. So it's important again that to understand that when you start to clarify what your goals are, the power again is within you to keep growing that goal, to keep seeing it differently, to create other ways that you can achieve that goal. So it's not through money alone that you can achieve goals, but I believe it's through communicating with other people, to do your research, to collaborate and build allies along the way. How do I get to this point? If I don't have money, how else? It's through information. And you need to be someone with a teachable spirit. I always say that I've gotten where I am and I've negotiated everything that I've achieved because I have a teachable spirit. What do I mean by having a teachable spirit? I mean that I do not have a fear of someone else being more intelligent than me, because I know that I have other forms of intelligence. But what is beautiful is that I can learn from someone, another woman who has more information than me, who has walked and has more experience than me. And then I use that and I formulate my own spice to create what I want to create. A lot of the times, as women, we are afraid to reach out because there's competition between us. So, part of negotiating for yourself and negotiating for others is understanding that you need to collaborate with like minded people, with people that will challenge you, people that will grow you, because then you will soar. What you learn and what you already are and the power you have within you will give you the power to just soar, and you keep rising. So before I finish, I just wanted us to do a quick exercise. It's a 3-minute exercise, and it's just going to help you unlock something within. So I'd like you to take a pen and a notebook, if you can confirm that you've got that. And I'm going to ask you to draw 3 pictures for me. Just 3 pictures. Are we ready? Okay. The first picture, I would like you to draw your dream. Draw your dream, what you see for yourself and where you want to be. And we're going to time it. It must be 1 minute. Okay. The second picture, please draw a cat and a tree. I'm sure some of you are overthinking the cat and the tree. Just draw whatever cat and whatever tree. And then the last picture I would like you to draw is a square, a circle, and a triangle. A square, a circle, and a triangle. Sheila, could everyone unmute themselves and maybe put themselves on video, those that are brave?
Come on, ladies. Unmute. Let's see your beautiful faces. Yes. Gugu, Linda, Nkobile, Precious, Reggie, Buyokazi. Please unmute and let's see your faces. Miriam, Butle, Emanuela, Cynthia, Precious, Botle, Juliana, Chioma, Believe, Priscilla, Salem, Diana, Rosette, Ivonello,
Thank you so much, ladies. Can I ask everyone to just lift up their papers? We want to see the pictures. Ooh, stethoscope. All right, come, ladies, more pictures. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so we won't be able to see all the pictures, but I want you to understand something about life and why negotiating with yourself is so important. The most important thing is that all of you were in the same room at the same time and you were given the exact same instruction, but your pictures are different. And that is what life is about. You can be in the same world as everybody else, but you'll always interpret life your way because you are unique. You were born for a reason, which is why it's so important that when you see a dream, when you believe in yourself, you don't accept anything less than what you deserve, because we need you to believe in your dream because it's going to answer something in the world. It doesn't matter if your picture looks small. It doesn't matter if your picture looks different to everyone else. You are unique. And that is why it's important to speak to yourself when you have idea doubt and some fears. When I said draw the first picture, who thought I can't do this? Who thought I just can't do this? Like, where do I even begin?
You can answer in the chat as well, or raise your hand. Gutle, Homolemo. Fatima.
Okay. Okay. So some of us would have doubts. When someone says, what's your dream? Draw it. You'll have doubts. And then in the second picture, who thought, oh, that's easy, a cat and a tree, that's doable, until you needed to actually draw the cat and the tree. And you started wondering, should the cat be on top of the tree or should they be next to each other? Who had questions like that?
Come, ladies, you can answer in the chat or you can raise your hands.
I just thought of a shape to symbolize what I want to achieve.
Excellent. Boucle, Rosette, Precious.
Yeah. And then in the last picture, who thought this is a trick? This is too simple. A square, a circle, and a triangle.
Malemo has raised her hand. Fatima, Rosette, Cynthia, Gugu.
Okay. So what I want to leave you ladies with today is the picture of your dream should come to you as easy as the third picture of the square, the circle, and the triangle. The reason that the first picture of your dream is intimidating for you is because you never spend enough time to really think about it. So the challenge that I have is, what's your mindset? If your mindset was saying you cannot draw your dream, you need to work on negotiating with your mind. It's important that You understand that before you can tell someone what it is you want, whether it's a better salary, whether it's a big job, whether it's a resignation, and you know that you're taking a risk, you've got to have clarity and ease about your dream, the same way that you had when you had to draw a circle, a square, and a triangle. The picture of the cat and the tree was just to limit how your brain panics. When you are given two items, it looks simple, but then your mindset again works against you in that, what kind of a cat? I cannot draw a cat. I was told that I cannot draw. I'm not good at this. I'm not an artist. Remember, the dream that you have is yours. No one can define it for you, and there's no right or wrong dream. For as long as you believe in yourself hard enough, know that that responsibility lies within you. Never ever give away your power to dream to make other people happy. No one owes you anything. Your parents do not owe you anything. Your teachers do not owe you anything. Your siblings, anyone you will meet does not owe you anything. Therefore, never give away your power to make your dreams come true, to make other people happy, especially as children, as women to be. Remember that society, the society that you are born into, just like I was born in the Eastern Cape, which I saw as a box, just the same way I was put in a kiss, which was boxed. Sometimes, as women, we are already boxed in what roles we are going to play. I'm saying to you today, you have the power to break away from that, negotiate. What do you want to be? Draw it, write it, affirm it for yourself. So, my gift to you today is change your language to yourself. Say that I am full with possibilities. Everything good will flow into my life, no matter my background. And I will be that aerospace engineer. I will be that cardiologist. I will create something that has never been seen before because I have the power to negotiate against my own negative mindset. So I will leave you girls there today. Thank you so much.